How to get rid of deep fat.
A lot of us want to get rid of intra-abdominal fat, what we call the deep fat. The biggest issue, you could argue, is obesity. The greater causes of death are things that we can actually control. And again, obesity is probably the biggest one. We're not making something new here. We're mobilizing something that was already part of our bodies for as far back as we know. It's a combination of everything, and we have the science behind it. That's my job. That's what I try and do. To control your health with some simple things, feel better, have a better quality of life. How huge is that? My name is Dr. Rand McClain, and I'm a physician based in Los Angeles, California. And I've dedicated my life to helping people from all over the world live long, vibrant, and healthy lives. And lately, I've been focused on one of the most important questions in all of health. Ready? Here goes. Why does virtually every diet fail? It's not because the people on these diets don't stick to them. In fact, some of those diets wouldn't work no matter how long someone stayed on them. Give up? The answer is because most so-called fitness and diet experts know absolutely nothing about human biology. While many of these folks mean well, they just don't understand how the body works on a cellular level. For example, have you ever seen a product advertised that claims to eliminate fat cells? Sounds great. There's only one problem. As a doctor who specializes in cellular health, I can tell you it's impossible for adults to eliminate fat cells. You see, starting around age 20, we have virtually the exact same number of fat cells the rest of our lives. This number is programmed into our body during childhood, and the number never changes. The actual reason people gain fat mass, commonly referred to as weight, is because these fat cells get bigger. When fat cells get bigger, it not only alters a person's appearance, it can have major health consequences. And because I'm passionate about helping people from all walks of life look and feel amazing, I want to share with you one form of fat that can be particularly dangerous if left untreated. Its name, deep fat. Deep fat is the fat that builds up under the skin and around the organs, and sometimes shows up around our waistlines as well. Fortunately, there's been a massive scientific discovery that could forever change the way we fight deep fat. A small enzyme has been discovered that not only slows the buildup of deep fat, it also converts this deep fat into energy. Amazing, right? By activating this one specific enzyme in the cell, people could get a faster metabolism, more energy, and decreased body fat, all of which are correlated to a longer lifespan. And the most incredible thing is that scientific trials show it's not just possible, it actually works. This cellular secret is going to change everything we know about weight management and longevity. And that's why I've made this video. I'm going to tell you exactly how the cellular secret works and how some lucky people are already using it. This is very important for anyone who has noticed dangerous fat building up around their belly and wants to stay healthy for themselves and their family. I'm also going to shatter 3 weight loss myths that almost everyone believes, even though they're false. If you've ever tried any food diet, you most likely were given a piece of advice that not only didn't help you get your ideal body shape, it may have done more harm than good. And when it comes to exercise, well, that's the source of the biggest myth of all. I'm going to tell you the secret truth about all 3 of these weight loss myths. But before I reveal the secret truth about fat, let me tell you about who I am and why this is so important to me. My name is Dr. Rand McClain, and I'm considered by some to be one of the top regenerative medicine doctors in Los Angeles. My patients include many professional athletes and high net worth individuals, people you may know by name. But the reason everyone is talking about this breakthrough is because I am not a weight loss expert, and I don't claim to be. It's true that I've worked with many celebrities, helping them achieve the body and the appearance they need to look their best and have long, successful careers. However, this is not a weight loss video. In fact, I can't stand weight loss videos. Some of those videos make my job more difficult because they are so misleading. They're made by people, sometimes very nice, well-meaning people, who just don't have any education in biological health. And they give advice that is not always backed up by modern science. So no, I'm not a weight loss guru. What I am is a serious doctor who cares about getting my patients stronger, more fit, and living longer. And I do this using cutting-edge therapies and proven science. Now, can eliminating deep fat make my patients look better? Yes, sometimes dramatically so, but that is not my primary goal. My goal is helping people live healthier and longer. And last year, I discovered a path to accomplish this in a way nobody else had ever attempted.
not with more diet or exercise, but by fighting deep fat on the cellular level. And I'm going to tell you my cellular secret because it's a secret anybody can use and you can do it right from your own home. Again, I want to make clear this is not a weight loss tip. There will be no exercise tips or diet ideas. I'm not trying to sell you a set of DVDs you'll never watch or a book on time-consuming recipes you'll never read. I won't tell you 5 foods that burn fat or 1 special exercise to get slim. Again, in my medical opinion, that's all hogwash. There's only one way to attack dangerous deep fat on the cellular level. And when I discovered what that secret was, it changed everything. But the biggest surprise came when my partners and I discovered a way to activate this cellular switch without the need for doctors, surgeries, or injections. The secret turned out to be something anybody can do, and it takes less than 2 minutes a day. In my opinion, this one thing might be one of the most innovative methods for eliminating body fat. As this message spreads, several of my colleagues have asked me, why are you on a mission to get the secret to the public? To me, the answer is simple. At this point in our careers, we've been very blessed with a great deal of success, and our clients include some very affluent folks, people who can afford expensive therapies. But our goal has always been to improve the health and longevity of all Americans, not just the very rich. Now, thanks to this new discovery, that day is here. That's why we made this video, to spread news of this new technique to everyone in America who's been frustrated by countless fad diets that don't work for them, and to help the millions of people who just want to get healthy and live longer for themselves and for their loved ones. Deep fat, in my opinion and that of other doctors and medical researchers, is one of the most deadly threats to the health of Americans. And given what I know about fighting it, I consider it my medical duty to share this knowledge with every single person I can. But to understand how this cellular secret works, I first need to shatter 3 myths about health and weight. Warning, what you're about to discover goes against conventional wisdom. This is because some people are furious that my partners and I, doctors who were never involved in the weight loss industry before, have jumped into the fray and shattered the false myths that people have been force-fed for years. Think about all the people who have a stranglehold on the diet industry. The TV health gurus, the book and magazine publishers, the exercise video producers, and most importantly, the so-called health food corporations. For the last 30 years, these so-called diet experts have had a monopoly on giving advice to Americans about weight and health. And what have they accomplished? In the last 30 years, the obesity rate has skyrocketed. A staggering 69% of American adults are now considered overweight. How is this possible? Well, here's the unfortunate but truthful answer. Some of this diet advice hasn't just been bad, it's been horrible. It's really upsetting because people who just want to get healthy so they can live a long, happy life with the loved ones who rely on them are being fed the wrong information. If you've ever gotten bad diet advice, you know how frustrating it can be. Well, I'm here to tell you, millions of people have struggled with these diets and poor advice, and it was not their fault. And giving up on good health? Giving up on being happy and confident? And giving up on our loved ones? As a doctor, I will do everything in my power to never let that happen. That's why this discovery is so important. The incredible information we're about to share is based on new, cutting-edge science, not old ideas that were disproven years ago. If you care about looking better, feeling healthier, and living longer, you need to keep watching. So let's not wait any longer. These are the 3 secret truths about weight. Secret truth number 1. It is virtually impossible to eliminate fat cells. I said it before, but it's so important, I need to correct this myth once and for all. Most excess fat is stored in what are known as white fat cells. And most people have the exact same number of white fat cells their entire adult life, no matter what they do. This fat cell number is formed in childhood and adolescence, and it's determined by our genetics and how much we eat as a child. Anybody who tells you you can eliminate fat cells as an adult knows nothing about science. We know this is true due to a number of studies, most importantly, the incredible work conducted by Dr. Kirsten Spalding of the world-renowned Karolinska Institute in Sweden. Here, a team of international researchers, hoping to better understand the obesity epidemic, began carefully studying fat on the cellular level. What they discovered was a game changer in our understanding of fat. They analyzed the fat cells of 687 adults, teens, and children. Some of the people were lean, some were obese. What they learned is that while young people do experience increases in the amount of fat cells they have, in adulthood, the fat cell counts level off. They never change, even if people gain or lose weight. But here was the most amazing finding of the study. Spalding studied the fatty tissue of 20 people before and after they went through bariatric weight loss surgeries, such as lap band or stomach stapling. These people had lost an average of over 120 pounds, but even so, they still had the same number of fat cells a year after the operation. How is that possible? Because researchers found the fat cells had decreased in size by about a third. In other words, even if someone happens to lose a massive amount of fat, it is only the size of fat cells that changes, not the number. Why is this important? Because as these fat cells grow bigger and bigger, a person's health can be seriously endangered. Our only hope is to attack the size of these fat deposits at the cellular level. According to Dr. Lester Salons, an obesity researcher and emeritus professor at Mount Sinai School of Medicine in New York, this is a new way of looking at obesity. And Dr. Jeffrey S. Flyer, an obesity researcher and dean of Harvard Medical School, said this new research is so important, it means there's a system waiting to be discovered. Now, get ready for another news flash about fat. Secret truth number 2. Eating nutritious food instead of junk food makes almost no difference in whether people gain or lose weight. I know, it's hard to believe. All our lives we've heard vegetables will help lose weight and fast food makes people gain weight. Well, here's what has been and always will be the truth. Vegetables are much better than fast food. They're packed with vitamins and nutrients the body needs. And fast food is packed mostly with sugar and salt, which can cause various problems when eaten in excess. But when it comes to the goal of simply losing fat, nutritional value is not the difference. Let me explain. The main method of losing fat through dieting is by reducing calories absorbed and stored in fat cells. If someone cuts 200 calories a day from their diet, I can guarantee they will lose weight. It's simple physiology, and they won't have those extra calories to convert into fat. Now, 200 calories of celery are not exactly the same as 200 calories of a cheeseburger in terms of nutrition, and there is some difference in the way they are deposited in our cells. But calories are calories, and an excess causes them to be deposited as fat. To the human body, the source of the excess calories makes no difference. If that seems crazy, just think of this old riddle. What weighs more, 100 pounds of feathers or 100 pounds of rocks? They both weigh the same, 100 pounds. You just need a lot more feathers to get to 100 pounds. Well, it works the same with calories. Just look at the pictures below and tell me, which plate contains more calories of food? The answer? They have the exact same amount of calories. Exactly 200 calories each. But you can eat a lot more celery to get 200 calories than cheeseburgers. This amazing concept was proven in a now famous example called the Twinkie diet. You see, Mark Haub, a professor of nutrition at Kansas State University, was explaining this calories in, calories out fact to his students. But one student didn't believe him, so he decided to put his theory to the test. Mark stopped eating his normal healthy diet of lean meats, whole grains, and vegetables, and instead ate only Hostess and Little Debbie snacks, Dorito chips, sugary cereals, and Oreo cookies for 10 weeks. But he also lowered his total calorie count. Instead of eating 2,600 calories a day of healthy foods, he now ate 1,800 calories of junk food. The result? Mark lost 27 pounds in 10 weeks, eating nothing but junk. Some people were shocked by this outcome, but to doctors who understand how human cells work, this was not unexpected. Now, was Mark's diet a good idea? No, it wasn't. He lost weight, but if all you eat is cookies and cakes, you'll feel hungry all the time. Your body also needs better protein, nutrients, and minerals to prevent serious illness. And there's one thing sugar does that's horrible for our cells, and I'm going to tell you about it in a minute, because it directly relates to the massive discovery I told you about earlier. The discovery that has changed forever the way I look at human health. But before I tell you about it, I need to shatter what is probably the biggest weight loss myth of all. Secret truth number 3. Exercise alone has almost no impact on weight loss. But wait, don't people who exercise have slimmer bodies? Yes, sometimes. But again, aside from the type of exercise, it still all comes down to calories and how and where they're absorbed. Let's start with the basics. 30 minutes of certain types of exercise can burn about 300 calories stored in an average person's fat cells. Okay, so far so good. But after a half hour of exercise, we'll probably be a little hungry. Let's say we eat a low-fat bran muffin, a very healthy snack. Do you know how many calories can be in your typical bran muffin? 305. So, if we worked out for 30 minutes, then ate a small muffin, we just added 5 calories to our day. And if we also have a sports drink, now we've added 195 calories. How about skipping the muffin and sports drink and just having a Caesar salad? That has a whopping 890 calories. That means that even if we work out for a full hour before our salad, which burns 600 calories, we'll still end up with 290 more calories than if we had just skipped the salad and 1 hour workout. As you can see, unless someone is an Olympic athlete like Michael Phelps, who burns a whopping 12,000 calories a day with intense swimming workouts, it is very difficult to use exercise alone to lose fat. And don't ever believe the calorie counts on the exercise equipment at the gym. Some of those machines exaggerate the calorie burning totals on the screen. As a doctor, I can tell you those digital calorie totals are remarkably imprecise given the wide range of factors involved in determining your caloric output. Now, exercise is very important. It has been linked to improved health, reduced risk of disease, and even lowers your risk of dementia. But a fat loss staple? According to Dr. Eric Ravusin, professor at the Pennington Biomedical Research Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in general, exercise by itself is pretty useless for weight loss. And Dr. Todd Miller, a professor in the Department of Exercise Science at George Washington University, said, "People don't understand that it's very difficult to exercise enough to lose weight. If that is why you're doing it, you're going to fail." As you can see, the scientific evidence is clear. Much of the conventional wisdom about weight loss is just plain wrong. Sure, some people do manage to lose fat over time, but they're doing the things I described above in conjunction with exercise. They're cutting a large amount of calories out of their diet, which many of us find very difficult to do without being really hungry all the time. Or they exercise rigorously for an hour or more, 5 to 6 days a week. But this is a massive time commitment that many folks, myself included, just can't do, especially if you're juggling work, family, and other obligations. It's no wonder that more and more Americans are gaining fat each and every year. Well, with terrible fat loss advice being the norm in our society, I decided to do what nobody else had focused on before and attack fat loss on the cellular level. This meant poring over decades of research trying to find out if a cellular solution existed that could help people fight fat gain, particularly in the belly where dreaded deep fat builds up. And my research led me to one place, to a specific enzyme inside our cells. This enzyme is totally unique. Some people are even calling it the longevity enzyme. And the incredible enzyme everyone is talking about is called AMP activated protein kinase, or AMPK. AMPK is found in every cell in our bodies. It acts like an on-off switch. When it's on, it tells the body to convert fat into energy and repair damaged cells. When it's off, it tells the body to stop consuming energy and store fat. This is very important. You see, when the body stores too much fat inside each cell, it can lead to obesity and many related causes of death, including diabetes, heart disease, and even premature aging. And a failure to repair damaged cells can lead to dangerous mutations, including cancer. Because it is believed that more activated AMPK can help prevent all these things, it's sometimes called the master switch, which has a profound impact on aging in the body. So why would our bodies ever turn our AMPK off? Well, when we're young, we have plenty of AMPK activation. In fact, thanks to researchers at Wake Forest University, we now know that this AMPK activation is directly related to protection against obesity, inflammation, and insulin resistance. This low inflammation means kids rarely get sore joints, back pain, and aching muscles. When we're young, the AMPK enzymes are cranking out energy for our bodies to use. But as we get older, AMPK levels decline. If you think the decline is because we're deficient in something, think again. Because the truth is, AMPK decline is linked to getting in excess of something, and in America, it's very common. Too much food. That's right, AMPK declines because our typical American diet forces too much junk into our cells. This process is called nutritional overload. Here's a good way to understand how this nutritional overload impacts a person's cell. Imagine a person laying in bed all day, every day, and someone keeps bringing them food. Eventually, their body will stop functioning properly. Their muscles will get weak, and they'll gain way too much fat. Well, it turns out our cells work the same way. According to Dr. Kuglin at world-famous Boston University Medical School, when cells are overfed, the AMPK enzymes can't remove all the junk fast enough, so the cells lose function and AMPK declines. In fact, reduced AMPK signaling has been linked to all of the following: chronic inflammation, increased belly fat, high cholesterol and triglycerides, elevated blood sugar, and insulin resistance. It turns out that declining AMPK is horrible for cells in the human body, and as I previously mentioned, can lead to multiple serious ailments. But there's some very good news that goes along with this, because new research has shown the reverse is also true. Elevated AMPK activation can have profound benefits, not just for a healthy body weight, but for actually living longer. In fact, listen to the incredible study conducted a few years ago at UCLA's Molecular Institute of Biology, one of the top 5 research labs in the entire world. And it was here that UCLA professor David Walker did something groundbreaking. He activated this special AMPK enzyme in fruit flies, which researchers use in virtually all life extension experiments, because it is very difficult to improve lifespan in fruit flies. What happened when Dr. Walker activated the AMPK gene in fruit flies? AMPK-activated fruit flies lived for 8 weeks, over 30% longer than normal. He repeated the test over and over, blown away by the results. In fact, he activated AMPK in over 100,000 flies. They kept living longer, 30% longer than normal flies. Separate studies on mice produced even greater results. Mice taking an AMPK activator lived 39% longer than normal mice. Not only that, they were far healthier and had better body weight. But it gets more interesting, because next, researchers started looking at the effects of AMPK drugs on humans, and what they found was shocking. Last year, British researchers at Cardiff University realized that certain diabetes drugs may work by activating AMPK. So these researchers looked at a massive amount of data on diabetic patients, more than 180,000 people over the course of 10 years. They found that diabetes patients being treated with one AMPK activator not only live longer than other diabetic patients, but also live longer than the healthy control sample. You heard that right. When diabetics took this AMPK activator, they lived 15% longer than healthy non-diabetics. What that means is AMPK activation is not only useful to treat diabetes, it may be useful as a lifespan and health span extender for all people. According to Jay Olshansky at the University of Chicago, if we can slow aging in humans, even by just a little bit, it would be monumental. People could be older and feel young. This would be one of the most important medical interventions in the modern era. The data is clear. AMPK activation could be the ultimate key to not just combating body fat, but actually improving quality of life and increasing human longevity, which are my primary goals as a doctor. In fact, the proof of AMPK activation is so compelling, recently something truly extraordinary happened. The FDA has commissioned a massive 5-year study called TAME, which will study the health and longevity benefits of one of these AMPK activators. The study, I feel, and I'm not alone, is going to be the study that finally breaks through the barrier and proves, once and for all, that obesity, disease, and general health must be attacked at the source, on the cellular level. There's only one problem. This study is going to take 5 years to complete. Also, it will cost over $50 million to recruit and track 3,000 people for 5 years. Currently, funding hasn't been secured. Additionally, these AMPK activating drugs are only available by prescription and require doctor supervision. This got me thinking, what naturally occurring compounds exist that could also increase AMPK and are available now? I knew that there were compounds that studies have shown to work via similar pathways. However, probably because the science is so new, no one had ever combined several of these AMPK boosting compounds before. So I set out to create a true AMPK activating formula, one that was safe and effective, one that could be used by all Americans, not just the very rich. And most importantly, one that people will not have to wait 5 or more years for. For many months, we tested dozens of nutrients, vitamins, and chemicals. Only a handful of these ingredients had any impact on AMPK, and even they fell short of my goals. Then I became aware of an ingredient called berberine. Berberine is a botanical alkaloid found in the roots of rare plants like the Amur cork tree. I learned about berberine because it had been shown to have very positive results in two specific areas: fat loss and diabetes treatment. Obviously, this made me think, could berberine be activating AMPK? Here at LCR Health, we immediately began to scour the research, including over 2,800 studies on berberine. After analyzing all this data, we made an incredible discovery. Not only did we discover that berberine conclusively activates AMPK, berberine is actually one of the most powerful AMPK activators ever studied. According to David E. James, one of the world's foremost authorities on berberine, the present data indicate that AMPK is a major intermediate in facilitating the beneficial effects of berberine. These effects are likely manifest both as short and long-term effects. And once we had berberine, the breakthroughs began coming fast and furious. We stumbled onto a second AMPK activator called Gynostemma. Gynostemma pentaphyllum is a distant relative of the cucumber, but does not yield fruit. It's found mainly in Asia. However, we found that when the extract is synthesized from this plant, it had even greater benefits than berberine, particularly on the target of all our research, deep fat. In one landmark study, 200 milligrams of Gynostemma produced some staggering results in mice. A 10.3% reduction of deep fat, 8.1% decrease in body weight gain, 15.5% reduction in abdominal lining fat, 18.8% reduction in liver weight, and 14.2% reduction in blood cholesterol. When I saw this, I was blown away because the metabolic benefits were so profound. It was like the AMPK activator Gynostemma had started cleaning out the dangerous deep fat that lurks under the skin and surrounds the organs. But the results of Gynostemma on humans were even greater. In a study of 80 obese people, Gynostemma was found to reduce abdominal fat so much that users lost an average of over 3 inches around their waist after just 12 weeks of Gynostemma use. Again, this was only one study, but it was even more solid evidence that Gynostemma could be a major key to an AMPK activating formula. At this point, we already felt we had a major health breakthrough on our hands. But when we found a third AMPK activator, the most jaw-dropping ingredient of all, we knew we had a real game changer on our hands. And before long, we found the exact proportions of these ingredients needed to create a powerful, 3-pronged AMPK activating formula. A formula that finally fulfilled my goal, a health product designed to combat weight and deep fat on the cellular level. The result, I believe, is the world's greatest AMPK booster ever created. We've called it ActivePK. ActivePK is the first formula we've ever created that combines these 3 potent ingredients and contains Gynostemma, which I call the deep fat destroyer. These ingredients work synergistically, meaning that combined, they have a far greater impact than each individual ingredient does by itself. Up until now, getting these 3 compounds in a laboratory-grade quality that allows you to actually notice an effect was nearly impossible. However, now you can get them all in one place. And best of all, there's no need for injections. ActivePK is 100% ingestible. Just 2 pills a day is all someone needs in order to experience the benefits of increased AMPK activation. And to confirm the power of ActivePK, we did something else that most of these so-called diet gurus never do. We actually tested this formula on a group of actual users to measure the results. We conducted user groups in 2016. Our hope was that we would start seeing user results within the first few months. But what happened next surprised even us. People started feeling changes within days. After just 2 weeks of using ActivePK, early users reported all of the following. 95% reported fewer cravings for unhealthy foods, 73% reported losing weight, 81% reported losing belly fat, and 95% had more overall energy than before. This was after just 2 weeks. And what truly amazed us was what happened when we tested our user group after 1 month. You see, after 4 weeks of use, the results of ActivePK weren't just as good, they had gotten even more impressive. 100% had fewer cravings for unhealthy foods. 75% reported losing weight. 90% noticed a reduction in belly fat, and 100% had more overall energy than before. In other words, these results weren't temporary. The benefits went deeper with every single week of use. When I saw these results, I was shocked. This is, quite simply, the most powerful formula we've ever tested. But it's not just about data and numbers. Listen to what actual Active PK users feel after 2 weeks of taking this breakthrough compound. David K., age 57, from Brookfield, Wisconsin. I'm losing weight and working on losing belly fat. If I can keep losing 2 pounds a week, which is what I've been doing, I will reach my goal in a couple of months. I enjoy the energy I have now. It truly gives me the feeling of being 10 years younger than I am. Tamara Olson, age 55, from Blaine, Washington. My enthusiasm is off the chart. My ability to work and exercise has easily tripled, and I feel more confident and interested in achieving my goals. My libido is up. I can rebound every morning no matter how hard I worked the day before. I find it easier to make good food choices and not overeat. I feel improved on all levels I can think of. I feel like the better me. I feel kinder and more attentive to people. Please tell me there are no hidden drugs in this. It feels too good to be true. David M., age 52, from Petaluma, California. Active PK is amazing. This stuff is the best supplement I've ever taken. When I read these comments and the hundreds of others that are already pouring in for this incredible new formula, it really makes me proud that we never gave up on finding a cellular solution. The secret is in the unique blend of 3 powerful ingredients that have been shown to have transformative effects on our health and bodies. I already told you about berberine. The studies done on this plant extract are absolutely incredible. In a 2009 study on rats, AMPK activation triggered by berberine caused substantial improvement in deep organ fat. This was followed in 2011 by a randomized controlled trial of 60 humans. By tracking numerous biomarkers, researchers found that 3 months of berberine didn't just improve health, but Active PK is more than just berberine. Our formula also includes a powerful bioflavonoid, the special third ingredient I told you about, quercetin. Quercetin is found in plants and some foods, most notably onions and garlic, which is one reason doctors now believe those foods are so good for your health. But researchers now believe quercetin is involved in activating AMPK, and that has led to some truly exceptional results. In one very large study of 805 people aged 65 to 84 years, those with the highest quercetin and other flavonoid intake were 68% less likely to die from coronary heart disease than those with the lowest intake. A similar study found a reduction in death rates from all causes of 24% for men and 31% for women. This study was conducted on 5,100 people for over 20 years, and as you can see, the results were profound. If quercetin can improve people's health in this way, just think what the potential benefits could be. It could be truly incredible. It could mean more time to spend with the people we care about. More days, months, and years of precious memories. Imagine being able to live long enough to see the technology the future holds, and living long enough to actually use the medical technology of the future, technology that no doubt will extend lifespan even more. This is not a dream. It is obvious that every year medical technology advances exponentially. For those lucky enough to be alive in the years to come, the health rewards could be endless. Quercetin has also shown a powerful effect on reducing sickness. In one 2007 study, a group of patients were given either quercetin or a placebo. That year, 45% of the placebo patients got sick from an upper respiratory tract infection, but only 5% of the quercetin patients got sick. That's right, quercetin made people 9 times less likely to become sick from sinus infections and common colds. Clearly, the power of AMPK, which I like to say supercharges every cell in your body, produces an entire spectrum of physical benefits. And when we combine berberine and quercetin with the deep fat destroyer I told you about, Gynostemma, that's when we really started to see amazing results. The majority of users experienced less belly fat, less fatigue, fewer cravings for carbs, sweets, and salty foods. 73% lost weight in just 2 weeks. 95% said their bodies felt healthier and stronger, and that they felt full faster than before. And after just 1 month of use, an amazing 96% of users felt Active PK could help them live longer. If we can reduce belly fat and dreaded deep fat, this could be a monumental step forward in the way we combat obesity in America. And it's not just about appearance. I'm involved in this field to help people not just live better, but live longer, which is why I believe Active PK is the most potent AMPK activator available anywhere. At this time, I should point out that Active PK is not for everyone. For people that are severely underweight, they may actually be suffering from a lack of robust fat cell size and therefore should not take Active PK. But for those who have noticed extra weight around the waist, less energy, and worst of all, a protruding belly, Active PK was designed specifically to help with these issues. And what makes it so different from any other health tool out there, Active PK is the first product ever created to fight deep fat at the cellular level. Nobody has ever used these 3 high-tech AMPK activating ingredients to make people healthier and look better. Now, let me be very clear. While the effects of berberine, quercetin, and gynostemma have been studied for years now, the discovery of how they boost AMPK activation is very recent. As such, there is no conclusive evidence as of now that boosting AMPK can prevent, treat, or cure any type of disease whatsoever. Nor would I ever claim that it does. It's simply too soon to know. In fact, by federal law, no vitamin or supplement can claim to treat or cure any disease or illness, and I am making no such claims. That being said, Dr. Gordon Lithgow, one of the world's most famous geneticists, has said, if you target an aging process and you slow down aging, then you slow down all the diseases and pathology of aging as well. That's revolutionary. That's never happened before. And renowned Yale professor Dr. Lawrence H. Young, medical doctor, said this about his groundbreaking research into AMPK. AMPK is a critical regulator of cellular metabolism and plays an important role in diabetes, cancer, and vascular disease. Dr. Lawrence H. Young, Yale School of Medicine. Just think, as early as 10 years ago, researchers barely understood what AMPK was and how it functioned. And for the past several years, the benefits of AMPK activation could only be experienced by scientists in labs like Yale and UCLA with access to multi-million-dollar machines. Yet today, right now, regular people like you and I have access to one of the most incredible medical discoveries in human history. We are truly blessed. And when I tell you that, I'm not just speaking as a doctor, I'm speaking from experience as a patient.
Because I also use Active PK. I'm 55 years old, and while some guys my age are slowing down, I'm literally in the best shape of my life.
I lift more than I did when I was in college. I have more energy than I did 20 years ago. When I'm at work, I feel alert and clear-headed all day. And best of all, I have the energy and motivation to spend my free time with my family and loved ones. I have 2 boys and a girl, ages 22, 20, and 19. It means the world to me that I can go on hikes, play sports, and stay involved with my children's active lives each and every day. And because my AMPK is activated at peak levels, I know I'll continue to enjoy these days to the fullest for years and years to come. To me, feeling the way I do after I started to take Active PK is what makes life worth living. And on that note, I, along with my colleagues here at LCR Health, would like to invite you to try Active PK for yourself. When we are at the capacity to sell in stores, Active PK will retail for $89.95 for a 30-day supply. But because you found this video presentation, we'd like to invite you to try Active PK at a special rate for new customers only. Because we want as many people as possible to try Active PK and experience the benefits for themselves, we decided that for those who purchase through this presentation only, and while supplies last, to allow you to try Active PK for just $46.99. You get an instant savings of over $40. Again, this offer is only available to new customers who get Active PK through this presentation and for the next 24 hours or while supplies last. Update. Since Active PK launched in February 2016, we are proud to be on track to sell over 1 million bottles. According to our suppliers, Active PK has become the most popular AMPK booster in America. Why? The reason is simple: our amazing customers. Our users tell us time and time again, our formulation is the only one that gives results you can feel. Because of this, 93% of people who try Active PK want to keep taking it. So as our way of saying thank you for making us number one, we've created some special discount packages for you so you can stock up and save even more. When you invest in a 3-bottle package of Active PK today, you will pay only $39 per bottle. That's over half off the retail price, and we will even give you free shipping. And when you invest in a family pack of 6, you'll save even more. Our special bottling system has been designed to keep your Active PK fresh for a minimum of 1 year on your shelf. So don't hesitate to stock up and save. However, because of the deep discounts we're offering, our multi-packs of Active PK typically sell out much faster than our single bottles. So click on the Next Step button below now to see if they're still available. Again, this offer is only available to new customers who get Active PK through this presentation and only while supplies last. So if you're serious about your long-term health, it makes good sense to stock up now. When this current stock is sold out, we will remove this offer and Active PK will return to its regular price moving forward. Right now, you can pay just a few dollars a day to give yourself the gift of healthy, properly functioning AMPK levels that make you look and feel great. People tell us they see and feel a difference within days and wonder why they've never felt so good before. Imagine waking up with more energy. Imagine feeling like our bodies are fighting for us. Because our cellular function feels heightened, we feel stronger, more productive, and more creative. That's what we designed Active PK to do. Oh, and it's also why my wife and I don't ever let a day go by without taking it ourselves. Many users report the real magic begins after 4 to 5 weeks, because that's when the body truly starts to reflect the impact of increased AMPK activation. And no matter which package you buy, you are totally protected by our no questions asked 90-day money-back guarantee. We are so confident you will love Active PK and that you will feel noticeable improvements within just days of getting started, we'd like to invite you to take this challenge. Simply try Active PK for 90 days. If you don't notice you are feeling more energized, look better, and experiencing clearer thinking and a stronger, healthier body, simply return the unused portion and we will refund every cent of your money. We'll even honor this challenge if you return the empty bottles. We feel you need to give it at least a month to work its full range of magic, so we want you to use it all. Here's how to get started. When you click on your preferred option, you'll be taken to our secure server, which is 128-bit SSL encrypted for your total security. If you see the Active PK package options, that means we still have some in supply and the deeply discounted package options are still available. Select the package that's right for you and then fill out the shipping and payment information on the next page. Your order will leave our distribution center within 24 hours or sometimes on the same day. Many ask me if there's a way to jumpstart the effects of Active PK, and my answer is, it works quickly all on its own. However, people that regularly consume a nutritional overload of food, including sodas, sugars, or sweets, or that smoke, drink heavily, or are exposed to cleaning products or other toxins, studies show they may be damaging their AMPK levels even more. And I highly recommend they take 2 doses of Active PK per day for the first 30 days to load up and restore their AMPK levels fast. So click the Next Step button below and let's get started. Remember, you must act quickly as this new customer offer will not be around for long, so don't delay. There is no investment on the planet that gives you a bigger return than investing in your health. Now, before I let you go, do me one last favor. I want you to imagine what life will be like if we do nothing and simply let our AMPK levels decline. The body will continue down the current path it's on. We don't work to reverse the buildup of deep fat. And this fat isn't just a problem with appearance, it's actually dangerous. Worst of all, the consequences of this weight gain are not just about us, it's about family and loved ones. The people who look to us, who rely on us, the people who would miss us if we were gone. These are the people who matter most, and by not taking action, we're not only ignoring our own health, we're also impacting the people we love. I dread this as much as anyone. But now, imagine this. Instead of doing nothing, we take advantage of the incredible scientific breakthrough that our generation has access to. We make one simple change. We help prevent the decline of AMPK in our cells. Imagine cells converting more fat into energy. And these cells stop storing fat around the belly. The midsection shrinks, and that would mean looking and feeling better, having the physical energy to keep up with younger friends and family, and having the motivation and confidence to pursue all the things we've dreamed of, traveling to exciting places, picking up a new hobby, even starting a new business, and having the health and confidence to turn dreams into reality. And the amazing thing is, this isn't impossible or even hard to do. We're blessed to live in a time where science has given all of us the power to improve our own cellular function. Your cells are yours. You've had them since birth. You own them, and you can work with them to stay young and healthy for years to come. But nobody can do it for us. If we want to unleash our body's full potential, we must act. Click the link below to order Active PK now and be one of the first to experience the scientific breakthrough that has changed the way we view health forever.
To your longevity, I'm Dr. Rand McClain, Chief Medical Officer, LCR Health.
Still here? No problem. You probably got questions, which is very common. In fact, here's a few of the things my patients ask me most often about Active PK. Question: how many bottles should I order? The average order for new customers is 3 bottles, and that's what we recommend to start. However, because we have had many repeat customers, we offer the 6-bottle package so you can take advantage of our best pricing. Question: what's in Active PK? Active PK contains berberine, quercetin, and gynostemma. These powerful ingredients have been shown to not only activate AMPK, but to activate a host of benefits for the body and overall health. Question: how should I take Active PK? We recommend you take 2 capsules a day. To help stay consistent, we recommend making it a habit of taking Active PK first thing in the morning. It's okay to take on an empty stomach. Our capsules are small and very easy to swallow. Everyone's body is different, and everyone has a different amount of fat in their cells when they begin taking Active PK. For that reason, it is very difficult to predict exactly when you will begin feeling results. I can tell you that many people feel a difference in their energy levels in just the first few days. However, I usually suggest waiting 30 days for your AMPK threshold to increase to a point where you can begin seeing and feeling a difference. Question: what if it doesn't work for me? Is there a guarantee? We take your health seriously, which is why we've sourced only the purest and most potent forms of every ingredient that goes into Active PK. In the unlikely event that you don't experience a near immediate improvement in your health and the health and vitality of your entire body, we do offer you a 90-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. And the last question: can I buy Active PK in stores? The answer to this one is no. We deliver Active PK straight to you, the consumer, cutting out the middleman so you save money. And now, with our special new customer offer, you can get Active PK at the lowest possible price. Best of all, when you get Active PK through this offer, you'll be grandfathered in at this price, even if we have to raise costs in the future. So what are you waiting for? Click on the button below and place your order now. And let me be the first to welcome you to the LCR Health family and to congratulate you on this wise decision to invest in your new, healthier life.